Welcome back to You Betcha Radio Podcast, the coldest podcast in all the Midwest. I am Miles, the You Betcha guy, here with Ryan, the T-shirt guy. We are live. We are presented by the one, the only Ice Mountain. And Ryan, we got to get you in a good mood today.
Yeah,
I got some stuff that may put you in a good mood.
Is it
Just Ryan?
That could put us all in a pretty good mood.
Okay.
I'll just come out and say it before Ryan says something that's not correct. I've seen you trying to guess.
Me and my college buddies?
The results are in.
Oh,
Doug.
for Dougie?
Doug is now DL's best car salesman.
Hey!
Let's go.
You did it, guys.
Guys, we
That's
just want to
huge.
say thank you to everyone who voted for Doug. Doug is now the best car salesman in town. And I think the best part is he doesn't even know that we told everyone to go.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
To
he's
go
always,
vote.
he's always been the best car salesman.
Yeah.
Now it's just
Yeah.
it's
It was a popularity contest. Well, it turns out Doug's more popular than the other guy now.
yeah. If
So-
you just look at units moved,
Did he give you
It's-
a post-election speech?
No, I haven't talked to him.
I'm just
I was
waiting
supposed
for...
to go golfing with him this last weekend, and he said he got to go one more lake day with the wifey. Is what he told me.
next time.
is that how he said it?
No, but
Oh,
that's
okay.
how I read it.
Okay, yeah.
Me and the wifey got to hit the lake again one more time. Hey, and he can say, "Hey, let's go golfing," and then be like, "No, I'm not gonna," because he's kind of big swinging dick nowadays.
Yeah.
I wanted to address the public. I want to hear what he has to say to his constituents.
He should do a Facebook video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, imagine how many guys want to go golfing with him out there. You're probably 10th on the list.
That's probably true. Yeah, and I'm not buying a car this year, so I've
Yeah.
got to be low on the list.
Yeah, you automatically go down to the bottom.
So congrats to Doug, and again, thank you guys for voting for Doug. I think
That's huge.
I just moved up a slot in the in-law category. So
No. Once he finds out about it, you're going to move up 2 slots. 1, because you did this. 2, because you didn't try to take credit for it.
exactly.
So he'll find out eventually, like 2-3 years down the road. Double bump up the list. You're playing the long game.
I agree.
Well, at this point, too, you got to be the favorite son-in-law.
yeah, I'm the only son-in-law. Yeah, that was a good one, Ryan.
I didn't realize
So I would
that.
agree. Yeah, I would. I'm totally the favorite son-in-law.
You got to be the favorite.
Yeah, I suppose
fuck
I could
Doug.
win that award.
Yeah, fuck Doug. He's just waiting for that son-in-law to go fishing with.
Go golfing with.
Go golfing
I was
with.
ready. I had my golf shoes on. I had my clubs ready to go, and he had to hit the lake with the wifey. So I can't knock a guy
No,
for trying to take advantage of the lake days. We only got so many left. It was a beautiful day, so I don't blame him. It also was a great day for golf, but
I mean, he could have done
got more
both.
golf to play.
he could have done both. But
yeah.
he must have been in the doghouse or something.
See,
Wifey.
even
he-
the king has someone above him.
He won best car salesman, went out and celebrated, got too drunk, made the wifey mad, and then had to take her out in the lake the next day.
Yeah, he did pull the do you know who I am
Yeah.
on the wifey last week. when
I'm going
she did-
golfing. You know who I am?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take you on the lake, wifey.
Yeah. Doghouse.
Um,
Doghouse Doug.
The
So yeah,
doghouse.
congrats to Doug. Thank you guys for voting. Christmas is gonna be great this year.
Oh yeah, you're in for a surprise, I bet.
He's
You may
gonna
just
sell
get
so many
you may get a
cars.
new vehicle for Christmas.
Yeah, maybe.
What if he gives
I doubt it.
he
but
gives his favorite son-in-law a new truck?
He won't. I wouldn't get my favorite son-in-law that. Would you?
God no.
What if he
No.
got you voted #1 podcaster in the Lakes area?
Maybe.
Or number one son-in-law?
Yeah.
Regardless, it's gonna be a good Christmas. Ryan,
Yep.
you've had a bad job before.
Yeah.
You know what I wish was my job? Probably the best job in the world.
What's that?
Being the guy who taste tests Ice Mountain to ensure it's the quality that it should be.
The same in every bottle.
Because I already do that on a daily basis with my bottle of Ice Mountain.
What do they say? Do something.
Oh
you
yeah,
love.
that's quality, and that's pretty much the entire job. And it'd be nice to get paid for it.
I was gonna say they say do something you love. You won't work a day in your life.
Correct. And I would love to just be the quality assurance
Mhm.
over at Ice Mountain. What about you, Ryan?
I mean, the most hydrated people on planet Earth.
Here, let's do it. All right, let's do our quality assurance meeting. Roll call. Ryan.
Here.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. Okay, this one is straight out of the aquifer. I'm getting hints of crisp. I'm getting a note of wetness. And I'll give it a score of 10 out of 10 in terms of flavor. What about you?
I'm getting 1 part ice, 1 part mountain.
Okay.
And
That's
I think,
good.
You put 1 part and 1 part together to make 2 parts. That's a bottle of Ice Mountain right there.
Yes, it is. So, guys, there you go. I want that job. I would love that job. As you can see, that was our audition. That was our interview right there. So hire us. We deserve it.
I'll be your reference.
We should see how fast. We should have a race to see how fast we can down a bottle of Ice Mountain.
I think you guys should do a case race of Ice Mountains.
I'd wake up the next morning feeling so good.
You would.
We should. Next week, let's do a race so you can chug it the fastest.
See who can drink the most water without having to piss.
Oh, just one bottle. How fast can we eat?
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I thought you meant the case race.
No, God,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I would do a case race Ice Mountain. I just don't have time right now.
We do a case race every single day.
That's
it's just not a
true.
race.
True.
Yeah, that's
We don't
true.
realize we're racing.
It's more
but
so
we
just
are.
a case.
We're racing the end of the day.
We're racing. Yeah,
We're racing
Anyways.
dehydration is what we're doing, and
That's
we're
what
fucking
we're-
winning every
Yeah.
time.
That's true.
We're so far ahead. We've
So,
lapped
guys,
it.
if you would like to race dehydration as well and crush the competition, you got to pick up some Ice Mountain. There's just nothing crisper on a day where you're dehydrated. Guys, this football season, all weeks long, we are playing Prize Picks. And if you guys sign up as well, if you use code YBR, you get $50 instantly when you place your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win the lineup to receive the $50 bonus. It's just guaranteed.
You just get it.
You just get it. And I tell you what, guys, I'm actually having a blast playing Prize Picks.
Me too.
kinda
Me
am
too.
Especially having a lineup as a squad.
Like
We talk
I'll
about-
literally just be like, if I'm gonna watch a game, I'll throw a lineup on the
Yeah.
game just
Yep.
to make the game more interesting for myself.
We talk about things our wives don't care about hearing. I guarantee you, my wife's sick
No.
of hearing my prize.
I
pick
was
bets.
I was telling her this weekend, and Ann was like getting into it as well.
Hell yeah.
I would say the ratio of me checking Prize Picks during a game to me checking fantasy football during a game is like 10 to 1.
100%.
I could give a shit less
Same.
about my fantasy football team right
Same.
now.
And that's because that's because you can win money.
Yes,
And that's
way
what it's
better.
about. And we didn't win last week. I
No.
mean, I won last week. My
Hi,
pick hit.
guy.
Yeah,
My pick hit.
you're the only pick that hit, and
Correct.
Caleb Williams.
I'm like 3-0, I think, hitting my pick.
yeah, I don't want you to know my record.
So let's just throw that out there. But hey, this is our week.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like the Viking season. This is
Mhm.
our week. This is our season.
It is our season 4-0.
So
Yeah,
who do you got for your first pick?
Staying true to my nature, Jordan Addison more than half a touchdown.
Okay, so Jordan Addison needs a touchdown. I'm not gonna lie, I may or may not be on the Jaden Daniels hype train,
Really?
but I got him for a rushing touchdown.
I like it. He has more rushing than passing.
So I got him for half a rushing touchdown.
more than half a Russian touchdown.
What do you got, Ryan?
Okay. I mean, I think you guys are gonna love this one. To be honest, I got
Is it a kicker again?
No, I got Cade Otton, Tampa Bay Buccaneers tight end, 14.5 for his longest reception. I'm going less than 14.5 yards.
Okay.
Longest,
This
longest reception, less than 14.5 yards.
is this our first less as a squad?
I think it
I
may
think
be.
it may be.
I think it
Jared
may
might
be.
have done less week one.
I just can't believe that's even a line. That's unreal. All right, so there we go. We got Jaden Daniels rushing touchdown, Jordan Addison receiving touchdown, and Cade Otton
So if you guys,
for less than 14 and a half yard
Longest reception.
And guys, if we're going to go power play, correct?
Correct.
I wouldn't think any different.
If you guys ride with us and you put $5 down, you can win $65. But if you also signed up, you're also getting another 50.
yeah,
So when we inevitably win this one, you get $115.
So yeah, but when you sign up,
$5
make sure
bet.
use the code YBR, because then
Correct.
you're just guaranteed $50. So no matter what, you're $50 up.
So guys, go check out Prize Picks, sign up with code YBR. It's going to be a good week for the boys. Also, this week we were shooting a construction video, and I was thinking about my time working for my dad, and that job sucked. if I think about the actual work, that thing sucked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just trotting around the mud, your legs sticking into the ground, hip coming out of the socket, 90 degrees, no wind because you're in a hole. But I also was thinking there are a few good things about having a bad job. And I think the number one thing, the best thing about having a bad job is the camaraderie guy, the morale guy, the job site comedian. That guy makes the bad job worth it, in my mind. And we actually had a kind of a couple of guys. It was kind of like a dynamic duo
Okay.
at the job site, and they just made every day that much more enjoyable to work there.
So did you ever have it where like they weren't at the job site and it did suck a little
Yeah,
extra?
you just are counting you're counting the seconds till you can go home.
Well, yeah, I mean, you either have them to look forward to in terms of cracking jokes, and if they're not there, then you have nothing to look forward to.
right,
you only
except
have
for
one
going
thing-
home.
Except for going
Yeah.
home, correct? Yeah. So, yeah, I can't imagine fucking Dave or Flops. Who was that? Were they the camaraderie guys?
I think they
No,
were more
God, no.
accidental
Okay.
comedians.
No, those guys are. They were Dave and Flops are only funny because the job site comedians
Gotcha.
were making jokes about. They're the butt of the joke.
Okay, gotcha.
They really do though. The job site comedian, they will take the pressure off something shitty so fast. Like, hey, boss, like you guys are gonna have to work till 7:30 tonight, and they're like, well, I guess I can't fucking go to bingo now, or say something stupid.
Yeah,
and
you clearly weren't the job
I
site
wasn't.
comedian.
I was head down, go home guy.
Yeah, that's pretty
Fucking
clear.
bingo.
Hey guys, damn it, I can't go get a haircut tonight.
Tyler, I'm in the same boat though. I'm just the guy who is laughing in the background and maybe like I'll piggyback on
Right.
some
Well,
jokes.
you get that shitty news and you
Yeah.
immediately look to the comedian like, what's he gonna say? Make it better.
Right.
And there, for whatever reason, when you're at a crappy job, jokes are actually funnier.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys feel that. Because
Well, you're-
I do for sure.
You're desperate for positivity.
correct.
So
yeah.
like that bingo joke would have crushed on the job site.
If you would have gotten a laugh,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah. It's kind of like when you're at fall camp, you spend 2 weeks with a bunch of dudes, and then the rest of the campus shows up and everyone's pretty hot. All the girls are pretty hot.
Well, then, I mean, and when everyone gets there, they're still trying to find their way into college and like meet up with new friends or whatever. You already have friends. I mean, you're 2 weeks deep into. Why
I
are
think
you
you
looking at
miss. What do you mean?
What do you mean by the 2 week fall camp?
It was
Any girl that you see because all you did was spend 2 weeks with guys is really good looking.
a comparison
Gotcha.
because like there's not that many
Gotcha.
funny
So it's-
people on the
so
job
when
site.
when it's like shitty and then anything is funny because
Gotcha.
Mhm.
I was giving you that look because I didn't know where you're going with that.
Yeah, I just misinterpretation.
Because your shitty job would have been working at the baseball field, right?
No, my shitty job would have been my internship in college.
Which was what?
It was a marketing internship, but it was purely like data entry, like putting part numbers of all these products into Excel spreadsheet.
which is so mundane.
Oh, it was
I'd rather be back on the roof than doing that.
it was dog shit.
Yeah.
And then my boss was the owner's daughter, which
Ah.
made it even worse.
God, dude, that's prime though for the comedian.
Mhm.
For
But
the,
we also didn't
for the morale guy to be making jokes about the boss's daughter as the boss. I mean,
But we also didn't have a comedian up in the office. It was, I'm sure the guys on the floor packing orders or doing whatever.
That is true. There's less
They-
funny people in an office
That
setting.
For
is
sure. It's way quieter.
yeah, I would hate to work in a bad job in an office and not have a funny guy.
That's the one. So my first
I
one,
think that's kind of how the movie Office Space exists.
I've never seen that actually.
It's,
I feel like I'd
I'm
like
pretty
it. though.
sure it's just the thing is they all just hate their lives
Yeah.
because they work in an office cubicle.
When I was at the news, same thing. It's an office job that is not fun whatsoever. But the one good thing about that bad job was the bonds you build with everyone else that fucking hates their jobs.
That's exactly what I had.
Yeah, it's like nothing will make a bond stronger among employees than like hating the boss.
Suffering together brings you so much closer.
Mhm.
Well, there's also guaranteed topics of conversation.
Mhm.
Every time you see that person, it's like, we both hate our job. So how can we just bitch more about hating our
Right.
job?
It's like when you go home, like, yeah, I can complain about my job to my wife, but she doesn't really get it.
Correct.
When I complain about the job to a fellow employee,
Mhm.
they get it. It's a sounding board. You can just bounce the bitching off each other back and forth.
Okay, I like
It's
that.
the best.
Bouncing the bitching.
Yep.
I've never
Yeah,
heard
that we had.
You're on a heater, by the way. Last week you said you were going to be throwing ass,
Yeah.
or 2 weeks ago, and now bouncing the bitching. Jesus.
I got all the phrases.
Bouncing the bitch. Yeah, no, that's what I had, Tyler. Vibing with someone else who also fucking hates their job.
Mhm.
I think
Um,
another thing that is great about a bad job is one, there's one of two ways. It's either you, because the job is bad, you're super stressed, or it's bad so you don't give a shit about it, so you're never stressed about
Yeah,
it.
I have one that's kind of similar. It's like when you have a shitty job like that, you don't think about it at all when you're at home
Correct.
or not
yeah.
on the job.
It's literally once that
Mhm.
time clock is done, you don't think about it until you clock in the next day. That's the best feeling about a bad job.
For sure.
Like when I was personal training, I mean, I wouldn't even plan workouts ahead of time. I just would show up and then I would just make up a workout on the spot. It was awesome.
Really going the extra mile.
Well, I mean, you're working out 65-year-old grandmas. It's like all you have to do is make them move and they're going to sweat and feel like they did something. It's
All right,
not like
I'll-
I have to be like, all right, we're going to do squats today. It's going to be 65% of your max for 8 reps. Like, what's that going to do for GMA?
Good
Just
mor-
have her do some body squats and walk up and down the stairs a few times.
Yeah.
Good morning, Elaine. Today you're going to rearrange my office.
Yeah, exactly. And I put everything on the floor, so you got to pick it all up.
Mhm.
Range of motion.
Yep, this is occupational
Make sure you
workout
lift
today.
with your knees and not your back.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want you
So much so that I didn't, I guess, like the time that I slept in the office when I was hammered because I didn't want to go home and I got down at the bar down the strip mall at 2 a.m. and I had a client at 5 a.m. So I just took a 3-hour nap in the office. It's like,
Holy shit.
this is not worried about work whatsoever.
So what is the difference between like hating your job and being stressed out about it, or hating your job and not being stressed out about it?
I feel like it's like you want. It's hard because it's like it's
So-
kind of like you care about the profession, but you hate the job,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Like I didn't care about personal training or anything, so I didn't stress about it. But like if you're a news person
Yeah. So
and you want to go far in news, whatever that means,
move up markets. You
move up
doing
markets,
stuff in
but
New
the
York.
job sucks. You want to do well, but it sucks. So I feel like that's where it's stressful.
Yeah, like
Sure.
a good example of it is like when I was on the roof, that job sucked, but I didn't think about it at all when I was off. But on the news, that job also sucked. And I had to think about it when I was off in case there's breaking news or I was on call or something like that. I couldn't really leave it at the office, where I could leave roofing on the roof really fucking easy.
Yeah. I mean, I was a huge, I'm just going to do the bare minimum and no more to where I still I look like I'm like a good employee,
Mhm.
but also I'm not going above and beyond with anything else on top of that.
Yeah, I feel that.
And I mean, I feel like a lot of those jobs, like my internship, for example, I mean, the work I could get done for 8 hours, I could get that shit done in 2 hours. And then I just sit there for the next 6. And luckily this place didn't have like super strong website blockers. So I was fucking chilling in the corner, just like
Watching porn.
watching the hub and checking. The homepage was MSN.com or something. You get all these articles that pop up. I'm like, I would read through that every single day.
Just ripping YouTube videos left
Oh
and right.
God, yeah.
I love that in a job like that, it's not, hey, I finished on my work. What else can I do? It's like, I'm not telling a fucking person that I finished early.
Well, and maybe it's like I would maybe save like the last 20%.
You're exactly
just in
right.
case boss came over
Yep.
and was like, hey, how
Yep.
are things going? Like, fuck, about 80% done. The next 20% done here in about 30 minutes. Just like I'm kind of hit a roadblock.
Then he comes back in 30 minutes. You got that done. God, I hit a snag.
Hit a snag.
Computer crash, had to reboot.
When I worked for the radio, I was just dying to get more hours so that if I would cut like ad spots, I would knock all of them out in like 30 minutes and just save one 15-second spot until I got caught chilling in an audio booth and they'd come in. Like, you done yet? Like, I got one more. So I'd have that one more just sitting there waiting.
It's perfect.
Smart.
Yeah. There were even times too where I'd have like, okay, say it's Monday and I had a game on Thursday. Well, I'd say, hey, I can't come in Thursday because we have a game. Well, it's clearly there's 2 inches of rain in town and we're clearly not playing, but I'm like, we're still going to try and push things back, work on the field a little bit. It's like, I'm not going to come into work because my game's canceled. I'm staying home.
That's my third one that I wrote for the best thing about a bad job is getting out of that job.
Yeah.
Like rain days when you hate your construction job are so great. They're awesome.
Unemployment.
Or like actual like vacation PTO.
Yep.
It's like actually a vacation. Where now when I go on a vacation, I'm just sitting there trying to think of what videos I could do about vacation.
Right.
It's the fucking worst.
Yeah. But it's like the suffering makes the days off so much sweeter.
And in that lane, I think to put a little end cap on this idea, I think that a bad job makes all future jobs just that much better.
For
Mhm.
sure.
Right? It's like a bad job sets the bar of like every other job after that. You can be like, well, at least I'm not laying forms for a concrete basement right now.
Well, it's also a good gauge on like, is the job you're in that bad? Because like when I was in the news, like, well, I could be on the roof. And like, well, that actually sounds better than reporting on this dead body.
Like, think of how bad it would suck if your first job was the best job of your life.
Right.
And then like you got, you left and went to do something else and every other job wasn't as good as that one.
Mhm.
That would be a nightmare.
That would be awful. You'd just be constantly thinking, what if I stayed
And
there
I
forever?
now understand why parents make their kids get shitty jobs when they're young.
Yeah.
So all the other jobs in their life aren't so bad.
Earn your
Good perspective.
stripes.
Yeah, that's good
I'm
perspective.
Yeah.
As I get older here, I'm starting to realize that my dad and mom weren't, they were, I don't agree with a lot of stuff that they told me as a kid, like,
Like, don't eat the
hey,
cookie dough.
clean your room. Don't eat the snacks,
Yeah.
But I'm starting to get the other stuff.
I got one more for best things about a bad job. And I feel like that is like the first hour and a half of arriving to work when you're sitting on the pot for 30 to 40 minutes. You are grabbing coffee.
Yep.
You are catching up with
I think we call that the old wind up.
wind up time, getting into work in the morning.
That's when most of the water cooler talk happens.
For sure. And
You
it's
guys
like, why would I?
debrief about yesterday's shitty day.
Yeah, you get to work, you gotta like get some coffee.
Mhm.
You gotta smoke and joke with the other people. You gotta, log into your email. You don't necessarily check the email.
Oh, God, no.
Log in. Get your chair settings right.
Mhm.
You know.
Somehow it got fucked up overnight.
Yeah, the fucking cleaners overnight.
Yeah.
must have fucked with your chair. Put your lunch in the refrigerator.
Mhm.
You know, it's just a lot. There's a huge checklist of stuff that you wind up to then do work.
You got to get prepared for the day.
Well,
Mhm.
like go brew another pot of coffee.
Yeah,
Like,
for the
bring,
next
bring
guy.
a thermos big enough to where when you get in the morning, if the coffee pot is full, you can dump the whole
Take it
thing
all.
in
I got
and still not fill it up. So you're like, fuck, gotta brew another pot of coffee. You know, I'm saving time later down in the day, so I don't have to come back down and get more coffee.
I think that's Jared. I see him making coffee all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's
he does make a lot of coffee.
I think he's the only one drinking it.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee at the office.
Yeah,
I drink
me
coffee
either.
At
I
home.
don't either. And if you think, sorry, one more thing. If you think that I'm shitting at home before I leave for work, you're so wrong.
So let's say if you have to shit, like right when you're about to leave to go to work, are you going to hold it on the drive so you can shit at work?
For sure. I'd rather have a scab ass from Single Ply TP than have to clock in right when I get to work. You know?
I mean, no, you do clock in when you get to work and then go shit.
You clock
Yeah.
in on your phone. And then you just
You clocked
right
in on
over
your
to
phone. You
TikTok.
didn't mentally clock in.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah, you're clocked in, not locked in.
Yeah, I actually
There
that's a
you
good
go.
one, Tyler.
Jesus, you
Fucking
are.
all
Put that on a
cylinders.
t-shirt. Clocked in but not locked in. I like that.
We could put that on
We
a
could put
t-shirt.
that on a t-shirt. And speaking of that,
Give it to him.
as you guys can see who are watching, I got the new YBR put that on a t-shirt hat.
Hold up.
It makes sense.
It makes sense if you don't think about it.
Mentally, it makes sense.
So this hat
Oh God.
is we need Jared back.
Tyler,
Tyler's now just taking video of the wall.
What's happening?
Um
Wrong one. Ow.
so anyways, this hat is a Patreon exclusive hat. So if you guys are interested in the old YBR, put that on a t-shirt hat. So you can see. It's a patch hat. It's on a little what is it, mesh back.
yeah, mesh back rope hat.
If you guys go to patreon.com/YouBetchaRadio, you sign up, you'll get a link on Friday. Friday, these bad boys are dropping. You'll get a link to that, and you can buy a Patreon exclusive YBR patch hat, first of its kind.
Yeah, I mean,
First of
that's
its kind.
a one-on-one right there.
Also, Tyler, how many more patrons are we away from the wives? And asked me, he's like, I asked Tyler how far away we were, and he said like 200. She's like, is that like, how long will that take? Because she's like, she's like, we got to figure out what we're going to talk about.
She's starting to get nervous, huh?
She is. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're right around 200.
2762.
Yep.
2,762.
Okay. Guys, let's get there. Let's
Mhm.
get the wives on the pod. 3,000. We're almost there. Be fun. 238.
Yeah.
238 patrons left, plus new merch dropping, episode every week, and then the wives. So
Do they have a group chat going yet? Are they tired?
I doubt it.
If they do, I don't know about
If
it.
they're anything like us, they are going to be severely underprepared.
It'll be fine. Jared will rope them in.
Jared will get them right.
Yeah.
So guys, yeah, Patreon, got to check it out. We're almost there. Should we take a break?
Let's do it.
All right, Tyler, you got some Patreon questions for the boys?
I do. First one, Brian Kroger. Talk about what's the funniest or worst thing you got caught doing.
I actually got one right off the top of my head.
Let's hear it.
God, this was, I don't know. This is probably 25 years ago. So let's say I'm 6 years old at the time. Our next door neighbors had this basset hound that was like, had just a little tiny short fence between our yard and theirs. And it was like it's like a chicken wire fence essentially. And I think I had just learned how to like get really good at cussing at 6 years old at that time. Again, if my parents heard me, they would have, yeah, not been happy. So for some reason, I think the dog was just howling. And when I walked through our side yard next to the fence, I like violently started cussing this dog out. And my parents happened to be right around the corner in the driveway. They heard me and I looked over and I can only imagine that my eyes were like as wide as my entire head.
Do you have any idea what you said, or you just know you were dropping F-bombs?
I think I call it a fucking bitch.
Which actually adds up.
Which is so funny.
It's so Ryan.
6-year-old saying fucking bitch.
And I think the dog just happened to get caught in the crossfire. Because at that time, I think I was getting really good at swearing. So I needed to test it out on something.
So was this right mood, young Ryan, or wrong mood, Ryan?
Probably right mood, because I'm like I know how to cuss now. And so I was like probably feeling good. And the dog just happened to be there. I'm like, well, I can cuss at this dog and I don't have to worry about any repercussions. Well, here we are getting, the wooden spoons coming out and my ass is getting lashed with that spoon.
That's a good one. I have one. This doesn't answer the question, but it's something I almost got caught for.
Mm.
So in high school, a girl that I was seeing, my parents were out with their friends and I was home alone. So she came over and smartly, I was like, park down the road a little bit. So then she came over. This is before Ring doorbells too, by the way. This would never happen in today's world. And we were hanging out in the basement and my parents came home earlier than I thought. And so I was like, oh shit. I'm in the basement with this girl and I was like, you just stay here. I'll be back. So I go up, I'm like, what's up? What's up, parentals?
What's up, mom?
Just
What's going on? Yeah, you guys sound fucking hammered. Hopefully you got right home. Chilling like, oh god, I'm just playing some video games down in the basement. I'm actually getting pretty tired as well. I should probably go to bed. And I was like, I'm just going to go shut everything up. I got him to start going upstairs. Like, I got to go shut everything off downstairs and I'll be up. So I go downstairs. I'm like, all right, here's what's going to happen. We had a door from the basement into the garage. Then the garage had a door. So I was like, all right, shuffle them through the fucking mechanical room. Then I bring her up into the garage. I'm like, all right, when I text you,
run.
I want you to run to your car. So then I shut everything off, go upstairs, and like my parents are like, in the bathroom getting ready for bed, and I was like, now. And all of a sudden I see her just fucking run across the front lawn. Never got caught. This is the greatest plan I ever had in my life.
You gotta move that room downstairs.
Yeah, I know. I gotta get a basement room. And for that reason, I was like talking to Ann. I'm like, I don't know if I want my kids to be in the basement.
Oh, you gotta.
They're either sneaking out or they're gonna be sneaking in.
I know.
Either way, they're sneaking.
That's true. It's probably good.
It's part of growing up.
True.
Yeah.
If
I
I ever
get in trouble sometimes.
If I was sneaking a girl over, this checks out for my personality. I would tent a lot in the summer instead of staying in the house. I just put a tent in the yard, and that was just to have my girlfriend come to the tent because it was easier to sneak her to a tent than sneak her to the house.
Boy, always pitching a tent. That guy.
And then eventually your dad he would shine a light on the tent at night so he could see your shadow in there.
He didn't give a shit. He probably knew. So when I worked at the news, WDAY has this basement where they keep like old VHS tapes of all their archived old stories from like the 80s and shit. And it's just this decrepit old room. And I was in there one day looking for some archive footage, and I found a bathroom down there that like nobody used. And that turned that into my shitting bathroom. I didn't tell anybody about the bathroom. And so I would steal toilet paper out of the upstairs bathroom and bring it down into the basement bathroom. And I got caught stealing toilet paper from the bathroom, and they thought I was stealing it and bringing it home. And I'm like, I had to explain, no, there's a hidden bathroom in the archive.
And they're like, shut the fuck up.
And then I had to show them so like it didn't look like I was stealing toilet paper from the company.
So they didn't know that they didn't even know there was a
So
bathroom.
like the engineers knew about it because they're the ones that were like they would work kind of down there, and that's the archive. They would archive all the stuff, so they knew it was down there. But none of the other reporters or
Well,
like
wouldn't that be funny though if they all were shitting in that bathroom and not telling each other, thinking that they were, and actually the one upstairs was never getting shit in, but that one was just used and abused because everyone thought it was a secret one.
And
But,
then,
like,
you go to
I
the
knew-
next day, you're like, fuck it. Like, I must not have flushed good enough. 'Cause there's
Jesus.
like splatter all over.
well, like I knew it wasn't getting used because it was dusty as shit
Well,
down
here's the
there, and there was
question,
no
though.
toilet paper.
The question is, who was cleaning that?
No one.
You were just.
I wiped it down with wiped the dust off the toilet seat. The
But
first time.
after you were doing this for a little while, it had to have been getting kind of gross.
I mean, it was like nothing that I couldn't just pee the poop
That's
stain
true.
off the bowl myself.
Yeah, that's true. What? How many times did you have to steal toilet paper?
It was like once every 4 months, 3 months.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
because I was the only one using this bathroom.
Sure.
Tyler actually, he'd sit down to shit and hold his pee until after he was done pooping, so he could spray the
Just blast the stains.
Yeah. Yep. Huh.
That would be so hard to do.
So were you? Oh, yeah. To hold your. It's
We should all try
Anyway.
it one time to see if it even can be done.
You're
Can
trying
you
like-
poop without peeing?
Even a little.
You ever try
Nope.
like if you
I
kind of
don't think it can be done. It's like sneezing with your eyes open.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
it'd be painful almost.
God, you're just fucking gripping the sides of the walls. Like, God damn it!
It's
because
a
like
weird-
trying to hold your pee in, like it does kind of pucker your ass.
right.
I know. I think that's the whole
So
thing.
yeah,
Anyways,
huh?
that was a good question actually.
That was a Kroger.
Oh yeah. Mike Wilson. What's the worst pumpkin flavored item? 'Tis the season.
Like flavored, not like because I would say like pumpkin seeds probably.
Yeah, I don't know if those are
God, I
technically
love
pumpkin flavored.
seeds. You don't like?
No, I
them?
like them, but they're the worst of like because they're not as sweet. You know?
Yeah, but those are pumpkin seeds flavored like sea salt. Or,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know.
That's very true. Technicality.
I'm gonna go with just pumpkin flavored coffee creamer. It's just a worse pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah, I think we can loop pumpkin spice latte with that one too.
Yeah, but I think like the creamer's worse than the actual.
I just
latte.
don't know if I've had anything more than like a pumpkin flavored coffee and pumpkin pie. Trying to think of anything else I would have had that was pumpkin.
Because like I don't even think a pumpkin spice latte. It doesn't even taste like pumpkin.
Well, it's pumpkin flavored.
It
It, tastes like
does.
coffee with pumpkin.
But it.
yeah.
Who actually knows what pumpkins taste like?
Anyone that's had pumpkin pie.
But
like,
what
you-
else is there? What else is there other than pumpkin coffee and pumpkin pie?
I'm just thinking
pumpkin
of like
bars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but those are fucking.
But those
fire.
are I feel like pumpkins and like pumpkin cake
Mhm.
and carrot cake almost taste the exact same. to
Very
me.
close. I like carrot cake better though because you kind of get some crunchies.
I don't know, pumpkin. So of those three, I think I would want pumpkin pie and pumpkin cake.
see because pumpkin cake doesn't even taste like pumpkin though. It's just there's pumpkin that's used in it to make the cake.
It tastes like
It's
pumpkin.
flavoring though.
You guys are telling me that you think carrot cake tastes like carrots
There's a
or
hint.
pumpkin cake tastes like pumpkin.
I mean, it's not as strong.
Yeah.
It's mostly just sugar that you're tasting.
Right. That's my point.
But it's still flavored with pumpkin, which is a question.
Let's do a taste test. Let's get some carrot cake. Let's get some pumpkin cake.
We'll do a blind one, see if we can tell.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I'm just thinking of like the
God, I just got a huge hankering for some pumpkin pie.
that
I love pumpkin
grandma
pie.
cake and probably whip one up.
Yeah. What did we have her make? The
Cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah.
pie.
I mean, I could eat a whole pumpkin pie, no problem.
whipped cream and all.
Throw it on.
lather it, whole can.
Yeah.
Maybe even some ice cream as well.
Hell yeah.
Mr. Duckwalk, hashtag Stump Ryan.
Really.
Lifetime free golf pass at Augusta, but you lose your job at You Betcha.
That's actually a pretty good one.
You can find a new job.
I know, but we just talked about shitty jobs.
That's true. Remember, you said you don't want to have a new job after your best job.
Yeah, but you just got to, at that point, Ryan, you move to Augusta.
Yeah, I just work at the course.
It doesn't say you get a job there.
But
I would get a job there. It doesn't say I can't get a job.
You know what you could do? You could start charging to bring people on with you.
Yeah, I could take a commission based off my invites,
Mhm.
my member invites.
You would find something out. Yeah, that would be like, I would maybe be like, you have to quit.
Yeah, I'd probably take the lifetime pass because then I would just start reselling Augusta merch.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yep.
Because there's got to be some sort of convention in your contract there that you have to spend X amount of dollars. So you just spend it all on merch and resell it all.
For sure. Or just, find out a way to swipe merch.
Yeah. You just steal shit.
Really?
You're
Wow,
stealing
fuck.
T markers,
Yeah.
acorns.
Yeah.
You're stealing divots. Like, here's a patch of authentic Augusta grass.
Yep. And you probably meet some businessmen too on the course, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, and then you could just Anna Delvey it and just make up something that you're
Yeah.
royalty from somewhere.
And then
Yeah.
Ryan's on Dancing with the Stars.
It's like, hey, I got an Augusta membership because I was reselling on eBay.
Huh.
I just happened to be reselling the merchandise that is in the clubhouse.
Not
No
stumped?
wonder they don't have any fucking XLs in there. Fucking guy's been reselling.
Miles, I
everything.
think you helped him a little bit there because I think he was worried.
Well, I gave him, because I know he was gonna be like, can I really say I quit my job here?
Mhm.
So I gave him the clearance.
Yeah, but you get it though. You would quit your job too for a lifetime membership, wouldn't you?
That one actually made stump me.
And I don't know if it's a membership. It just says lifetime free golf pass. Like, I don't know if
That's
you get
for
like
sure,
the
buddy.
member perks or anything, but
Mm.
whatever. Lou's Hog Holster. We are in prime outdoor drinking season. How cold is too cold to drink outside?
For me, a lot of it comes down to how much my nose is running.
Mm.
You know, if it's that cold where either your nostrils are your snot in your nose is freezing, that's too cold. And if it's just continually running, might be a little too cold.
I think for me, it's very situational because I will drink ice fishing,
Yeah, that's fucking true.
but I'm going to
you're in
ice.
a warm shack.
We're talking
I'm
you're
even
wearing
tip-ups.
we're
Oh.
talking you're wearing a sweatshirt and a canvas vest.
Anything that's not warm enough for.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
too cold.
Because then it's a whole different game. You're now just bundled up. You got bibs on, jacket,
Yeah.
different category. This is fall sweatshirt, canvas vest
And
drinking.
you're going outside specifically to drink. You're not going outside to ice fish. You're not going outside to do this. You're going outside to drink. What would be too cold to keep you from doing that?
I mean, I think a good benchmark would be like if it's colder outside than the temperature of your beer in hand, it might be a
That's
little bit
good.
too cold.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's very good. So I think for me, the first number that bounced to my head was like 45 degrees.
Yeah, I would even maybe go 40.
Yeah. Just that somewhere in that ballpark where it's not to freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like we got the fridges set at like 36 and a half,
Yeah.
37.
Yeah, you still want it should give you relief to take your hand off of your cold beer.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yes.
Yep.
Shouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
So.
If you need a koozie to keep your beer from freezing instead of
That's
to
really
keep it cold.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very cold. But yeah, that's a good one.
Buster Cherry, what's better, getting refreshed with a beer when it's hot as fuck outside, or getting a nice warm feeling from drinking whiskey when it's cold outside?
Oh God.
That. Hashtag stump Miles, right?
No, this is to stump everybody, I think.
It's a good one.
God, that is tough. But I am gonna give the edge to the cold beer.
Really?
Oh, really? I was going the other way.
Me too. I think I'm whiskey. That feeling where like You just feel your whole chest warm up on the first sip going down.
God,
That's
but
the
it
best,
fucking
dude.
ice cold beer, and you're just hot.
They're both
And
awesome.
it's just going down so easy.
I think
Because
that-
everyone talks about the whiskey blanket, right?
Mhm.
No one talks about, like, we'll call it the beer breeze.
that's
It
great.
cools you down a little bit, you know?
Exactly right.
But here's the thing for me, like I drink one beer, right? And I'm cooled down for a little bit, but then I'm hot as fuck again until I hit the next one. That whiskey blanket keeps me warmer longer.
Whiskey binky.
There's just nothing better than a fucking ice cold brewski on a hot day.
This is a good question.
Very good.
Nice work, Buster.
I got to go with the whiskey blanket.
I think me too. Me too. But both are phenomenal things.
Mm-hmm.
Last question, Corey Hall.
I'm also a bigger beer guy than you guys.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Corey Hall, and I'm a known Irish coffee guy. That's a warm you up drink.
That
we
is
go.
true. You have
There
to
we
go
go.
that.
Yeah. Corey Hall, what's the worst injury you ever had from your playing days?
I partially tore my PCL in high school.
Why is that funny?
Why is that funny?
Partially tore your, I thought you were going to say partially tore your PP in high school.
No, my PCL, the one, so my like leg moves now. You see that?
Ugh, don't do that.
Whereas if I try to do it to the other one, it doesn't move.
Huh.
I didn't have to have surgery or anything because it was just partially
They
torn.
scope it like a meniscus,
like-
or what do they do?
So the PCL is what keeps your knee from going front and back. It's actually an injury that happens a lot with car crashes because your knees will hit the dash
Mm.
and your knee will. So I landed on the Fargo Dome turf back when it was Astro turf,
That
not
shit
field
sucked.
turf. I landed directly straight down on my knee, and my knee went back and tore part of my PCL. Finished the season though, won a state championship. So
Dude, that AstroTurf was an eighth of an inch of AstroTurf and then concrete.
well, it was probably like an inch and a half of like just sponge. I don't know what it was.
Whatever it was terrible.
And then it was just flat concrete.
Mhm.
Yes. So I did that. The other weirdest one I had was I sprained my sternoclavicular joint.
I think you've talked about this
You
before.
have, yeah.
I did both of them
Oh.
At the same time or different?
different times.
Different times.
And quite literally, the athletic trainers, like, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've never seen anyone sprain their sternoclavicular joint. And I did it twice. It was both sides.
So like
How
that's
did- how
right
does it-
here, right?
How's
So
that?
where your clavicle connects to your sternum, so the sternoclavicular
Yeah,
joint. A 320-pound guy landed on top of me, and when I was laying on my side, and my body crunched like that, and like popped it, or like didn't pop it
Ugh.
out, but it like stretched the joint out, and it was actually I couldn't play the next game. It fucking hurt. You have my arm in a sling.
Ugh.
It's terrible. So
Were you able to play a week after that?
Oh yeah. I don't remember. I don't fucking know. And it was pretty spotty on me showing up on the stat list anyway, so there's no way to tell if I played that game or not. I just could have not got any stats.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, that was tough. Also, spraining your AC joint, like the one that's on top of your thing, that whatever, that was one of the most painful ones.
Shoulder shit hurts. I have 2 torn labrums.
Yeah.
They're no bueno. So my shoulders pop out really easy now.
Mm.
They're just not fun.
Turf toe is also painful.
Yeah. I lacerated my kidney in high school football. That one fucking sucked.
You had to have been out the whole season then, right?
Yeah, I was out for like most of the year. I came back like 3/4 of the way through wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't mess around with organs.
No, I thought I just broke ribs. And so coach was like, all right, go shower up. I'll call your dad to come get you. And I was in the shower because this happened during practice. So I was in the shower and I started pissing blood. And I was like, God damn it.
Ugh.
And then by the time we got to the hospital,
Jesus.
my insides were filling with blood. And they're like, we got to get this fucking guy figured out. But my body ended up healing itself.
I mean, of course.
Yeah.
You've been drinking Ice Mountain.
I had been.
Fountain of youth.
Sucked down an ice mountain in the
Huh.
shower.
Yeah. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, middle school. I had to miss first half of a season, 7th grade, because I got mono. My spleen got enlarged,
Ooh.
and if your spleen bursts from getting hit, that was
Dead.
no bueno,
Mm-hmm.
no mono. I was truly going mono with my spleen.
Kissing guys on the team in
Yeah.
the locker room.
Absolutely tonsil hockey.
Mono spread like wildfire after Miles got back.
Him and his center were sharing the same water bottle.
I'm just I'll let you guys see it's because I bite my fingernails. Picked up something doing that.
Yeah, a lot
Not
of
because I was making out with my buddy.
a lot of grime under the fingernails.
Oh
though.
yeah.
Yeah, I was chewing my toenails. I could see the mono underneath of them. I just fucking had to chew them off. I mean, I'm walking myself into something I don't want to walk into, but I'll be honest, I didn't really have any injuries.
Well, that's because you threw 3 pitches a game.
There we go. No, I mean, I think the worst injury I ever had was when I pulled my groin playing kickball.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
We've
God.
heard
That was
one.
mid game. That
Oh.
dropped me. Absolutely dropped me. And I didn't want to use crutches because then the other guys at school would be like, "You fucking pussy. What do you need crutches for?" It's
Pulling
like
a muscle does make you feel like a pussy. Though.
Mhm.
I pulled a hamstring in college, and you're just like, God, I just feel so lame.
yeah, I
That's
know.
because like if you want to get injured and if you're gonna get injured and miss some time, you might as well make it worth it, like a real injury. And
Like-
but it
True.
feels like a pulled muscle doesn't
Yeah.
feel real.
Yeah, you don't need a cast for a pulled muscle
Yeah.
or anything. Get a cast on there.
I also strained my neck muscles.
Was that right after you got mono or right before?
No, this is in
Hell
college.
yeah, Tyler.
I took a helmet. The helmet hit right here, and my fucking neck snapped back.
Ugh.
And you wake up, you sleep right on your neck. You got Batman neck.
Mm-hmm.
I had Batman neck for a month.
Ugh.
This is the worst.
I had a
Just
similar
like that.
situation, got dropped on my head in wrestling and cranked my neck. And I had Batman neck. And there was a teacher who was fucking with me. He'd be like, all right, class, everyone look over to the right and check out this thing. So I fucking shuffled over. He's like, all right, everyone now look over to the left. And I just instinctively was like, come on, don't be a dick. And he fucking spazzed. He was one of those teachers that's like, he could dish it out but not take it. And I got 3 days of ISS
what?
because I called the teacher a dick.
I mean, you can't just.
He was being a
Yeah, but you
dick.
can't just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck with Tyler right now and make
Yeah.
him try and crank his
What
neck."
do you mean? You fucking fuck with Tyler every episode.
Yeah, that's me. That no one else can
He's-
fuck with Tyler.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I
He's
see.
abusing his power. He's a teacher.
Yeah,
True.
Singling me out.
he gets
He's-
3 months vacation too.
He's
It's
being
like,
a dick.
relax, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was good to open up the yearbook, boys.
Yeah. I have a couple fun facts if you want them.
Let's hammer them out.
Okay. First one. Before he was a president, Grover Cleveland was a hangman. As sheriff of Erie County, Cleveland personally carried out 2 hanging sentences to save his district money from hiring a hangman.
Okay.
That's
I mean,
kind of
So
wild,
he
actually.
like pulled the lever. He
Wow.
Yep.
What
I mean-
year? 1870. He was elected sheriff.
doesn't say.
Second paragraph in the middle.
Yep.
Position he was elected in 1870. He also only president to be to serve 2 non-consecutive terms.
also, whoever passed the sentence must swing the sword.
Yep. Ned Stark could be
Ned
proud of
Stark.
him.
He would.
Yeah.
Still crazy that we were still hanging people. Like,
Yeah.
it feels like it wasn't that long ago that we were hanging people.
yeah,
which is
150
terrible.
years ago.
This is another one. It's not on my list, but another fun fact I just know. But the first Star Wars movie came out before the last public guillotine execution in France.
That's insanity.
That's
Yeah.
wild, actually.
How far we've come.
Yep. Next fun fact.
That one wasn't really that fun. It was kind of depressing.
This is a more interesting fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's kind of fun. The Great Wall of China was finally completed 2 years after the world's first telephone call.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
When did they start it?
So they started it, the Great Wall of China, one of the planet's most famous artificial structures, was largely built over a long period extending from the 3rd century BC to the 17th century AD. So they started in the 3rd century BC.
So they
didn't-
started before Christ.
Yeah. That's what it
And they
says.
finish-
Say it wasn't officially.
It would have been nice if Jesus would have just fucking wandered over to China and just done it for him.
yeah, just
He was a carpenter.
If he would have just waved his wand and built the wall, that would have been fucking nice.
That's Dumbledore. But yeah, so the wall was finished in 1878, and the first phone call made by Alexander Graham Bell was 1876.
Nice.
The
yeah.
first,
and then Grover Cleveland elected in 1870.
all this shit was happening at the same time.
That blows my mind.
The first phone call ever was Alexander Graham Bell calling his assistant that was a few rooms down and said, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." First ever phone call.
I like it.
Speaking of things
Well-
being done, sorry, drove by Crazy Horse last weekend. Not done.
Great Crazy Horse update.
Not
Thank
done
you.
yet.
Reporting live from Ryan. You should have done that. Hello, guys. I'm reporting live from Crazy Horse. It is not done. Back to you.
Back to you, Tyler.
Thanks for that update, Ryan.
Well, boys, thanks for Well, boys, that's it. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to another episode of You Bet Your Radio podcast. May Crazy Horse be finished someday, and may your job not suck. Cheers, Ryan.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
All right, this one is from Chris Anthem in honor of election season.
What's so innocent?
Yeah, Chris Anthem. In honor of election season, what former president would you want to go to the bar with?
Teddy.
W.
W is good.
Are you kidding me?
I think that's Teddy, dude. He's a rough rider. He did some like crazy expedition
I
and
mean, fucking Clinton's got to be a
Actually,
fucking madman
he
at the
parties.
bar. Yeah.
I don't know if I couldn't hang with him.
Yeah.
Be JFK. You could just do cocktails of drugs.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable amounts.
Yeah.
I'd have a headache in the
Copious
morning
amounts, Yeah.
Yeah.
though. Anyone get that
Least-
JFK
what-
joke?
What'd you say? You have a headache? Jesus, Tyler.
We got to stay the fuck away from the grassy knoll.
Yeah.
That's a great name for a bar.
It
Yeah, the
is.
grass, JFK is like, I know this great spot in Dallas. I am not going. I am not fucking going, dude.
Well, no, I'll ride shotgun.
Dude, we can get as fucked up as we want. I got a driver for us.
I know you're kind of a convertible guy, but what do you say we just like get one with a top?
What if like maybe we rode in your armored vehicle this time?
Let's take the train.
You guys
Instead.
take the back
Let's take
roads.
the subway.
Get a little too fucked up. Take the back roads. You can't drive through downtown Dallas.
Oh God! What was the original question?
The original question is, what former president would you want to go to the bar with?
You can't pick Teddy Roosevelt. I feel like he's not that fun.
What do you mean? He's one of the coolest presidents we've ever had.
He was like, because you want to just go hang out with him in the woods.
I do, but he also just had like a group of dudes that would just drink whiskey and smoke cigars.
I didn't know that about old TR.
That's why he was so big. He just ate like shit and drank all the time.
But I thought that he wasn't like that big.
He was a big boy.
I don't. Was he that big?
I don't think he was that big of a boy.
Is he a big boy?
He's a big boy.
Wait.
Looking it up. He looks okay. Wait. I got nothing.
Like looking up NFL combine stats for presidents.
Teddy Roosevelt. Okay,
He's the-
237. He
Okay.
is in the top 5 heaviest presidents of all time.
How tall is he?
Yeah,
He's
but-
also a top
but
5 tallest.
It wasn't
presidents.
it wasn't no fucking Taft though. Taft was what? 3 bills?
Yeah, 3 bills.
Oh yeah, Taft.
Wait, 332, is that what it says?
Yeah, 330
Jesus
pounds.
Christ. So yeah, probably that.
Probably Theodore.
Probably no W.
Probably W.
W is a good one.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I just pick somebody random that I don't know a whole lot about.
John Tyler.
Yeah.
I heard he's kind of shitty.
Lyndon B. Johnson, maybe.
So do you think that Honest Abe, when he drinks, is the opposite, right? Because we all lie when we're sober, and then we get honest when we drink. Do you think he's honest when he's sober, and he just fucking lies out of his teeth when he's hammered?
Takes full advantage of everybody trusting him while he's drunk.
Yeah. could be good. I would love to know. Dig him up.
We got to dig up Honest Abe.
Get him
Get him
hammered.
drunk.
You know, I really actually fucking hate plays.
Also,
Talk. That's another fucking headache right there too.
It sure is. What does he say when he jumped on the stage? Something
Six Emperor Tyrannus.
Yeah. Death to tyranny.
I just unlocked a memory from our podcast when we got like a celebrity Thanksgiving dinner,
Oh yeah.
and the people that fucking Ryan picked.
Yeah, who were they? They were
We let him down too easy on that. It was Taylor Swift, Kamala Harris,
and Hillary.
no, and Amber Heard.
Oh yeah.
What is he doing?
I don't know, dude.
That guy sometimes. I don't know what's going on in his head.
You know, it sounds like Ryan just went, I'm going to pick the opposite of whoever they're going to think I'm going to pick.
Yeah.
And he probably thought it was funny to only himself.
I think you fucking nailed that, actually. I think that's exactly what he
I
did.
think that's exactly what he did. He was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to just surprise everybody.
He also just picked people who were hot in culture at the moment, too.
Correct. So he picked Kamala Harris and Taylor Swift, which is like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But then he panicked and just randomly selected Amber Heard and had to come up with a reason after the fact.
Well, was it during the whole Depp and
For sure.
the whole,
It was after that though. It was like, I don't know.
so just randomly a little bit too far after
Was
the
it
dust
that at
settled?
2.0 or is that here?
2.0.
Also, Ryan kind of ahead of the curve on the whole Taylor Swift thing, because I was going to say she's probably not as, I mean, she's definitely way more talk of the town now.
Yeah, probably. And Kamala Harris is also more talk of the town
Yeah.
now these days.
Is Amber Heard going to do something soon?
I don't know.
If Ryan had a fucking like year and a half long prediction with
What if-
those three, I'm
But
going to
like,
be so
what
mad.
if like they like end up taking a photo together? Those three, you're just like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well, like
What
the photo at the Oscars that Ellen DeGeneres and
the
all that.
selfie.
Yeah, you remember the selfie?
That's like recirculating and with the caption of like, if this happened now, no one would give a fuck.
Correct.
No.
What if all this shit that Ryan says is he's actually predicting the future, but we just ignore it
He's like
because
the
it sounds,
Simpsons.
yeah. He's just like, it sounds like incoherent, spur of the moment bullshit, but it's actually the future.
I don't think it's that.
That's
It could be. What if Ryan is tea leaves and we're supposed to be reading the things he says?
Ryan has a different kind of leaf that he's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's Leaf. He's not tea leaves.
yeah.
Guys, we are on the road to 3,000 patrons. And once we hit 3,000 patrons, we are going to have our wives do an episode without us. And it's probably going to be a disaster for us.
Mhm.
But that is what we signed up for. And you guys can help make it happen if you go sign up at patreon.com/YouBetchaRadio or look us up on the app. Get us to 3,000. Our wives are probably going to roast us in that episode. So go check us out. Put us into the torture chamber.
Pray for us.
Pray for us.